Hi there guys, today I thought we would go on a culinary journey around the world, so tag along. A while ago I got a comment from Anton at Anton Hikes and Camp. It came a bit tongue-in-cheek, but I thought it was absolutely brilliant, so I'll jump to the challenge. He gave a suggestion. He said, you should do around the world in 80 recipes. I know it will be a challenge for me to find 80 recipes from 80 different countries, so some countries will be represented more than once. And in fact I already did some videos with food from around the world, so they will get on the playlist anyway, and I won't record them just for the sake of it. My goal is anyway that all continents except for Antarctica will be represented at least once. There's also the limitation that it has to be suited for outdoors kitchen. I know some recipes that are typical for the country, but they take a bit more advanced cooking than I can do outdoors, so I will choose something else instead. And some countries, there are several that claim to have invented the same dish, and for the sake of the playlist I will decide what country gets the honor. I mean, my list, my rules. So let's begin. First out in this area, officially, it's the Netherlands, or Holland, that we say in Sweden. Let's see how that works out. Well then. It's my Trangia that gets the honor today, and the dish today we are gonna make, sorry for butchering the name, but it's Boeren Stamppot mit Woorst. It's supposed it should be a rookworst. It's a smoked sausage that's supposed to be typical for Holland or Netherlands. Sadly, I can't find that in our stores, so they say if you can't find it, pick your favorite sauces. So I picked another one, but it's kind of a Dutch bangers and mash, you can say. I wouldn't go so far to say that it's their national dish, but according to the internet at least, it's very common and appreciated dish in Holland. And we all know that everything you read on the internet is true. So let's unpack. It isn't part of the recipe, it's a mandatory session IPA from a local brewery here. I will enjoy during cooking. And we have a can of potatoes. I will peel them and cut them. And I have 2 sausages. I have some curly kale. I prepared a bit at home, so I cut away the large stems and chop them to fine pieces, so it's good to go. More practical for me. Some butter. Some ordinary all-purpose flour, of course my coffee, I can save that for later. I have some liquid fond to make gravy from, a nice shortcut. And I got my taste box here. I got some seasoning, nutmeg, some dry milk, because I want milk in the mash, but that's for later. So let's start do a bit of preparing. I brought myself a peeler today because I want to take away the potato peels the easy way, so I'll start with that. Yeah. I'll put the peels down. Suppose the crow can eat them, but it doesn't look very nice leaving them out. I'm bringing them home today. Like so. You go over there, you go there. Peeler's done. Now we need to move things around so it can work. You saw nothing. Nothing, I say. And I will cut these in rather small pieces to speed up the process. Both to save time and gas. I mean, I'm gonna mash them anyway, so. There's no real point in having large chunks. And that's basically all the food prep I need to do. Now it's just start unpacking in my kitchen and get going. And as I'm pretty pleased, I know I mentioned this in comments before, but this titanium plate from Snow Peak, it used to fit under my T25. It fits almost perfectly on top of the T27. I don't know if they planned it that way or if it's just coincidence, but for me it's a happy accident, so I won't complain anywhere. Won't use the frying pan that much today, just for the gravy. We'll definitely need a strainer. The grab handle always has a place. Put this away. The coffee comes later, but I have a burner inside. And I need one of the pots. So, and this is really not a dish that needs a lot of temperature control, so I could have gone with a spirit burner today, but since it's a new one and I want to get to know it, the storm will be with me today as well. But I think I can safely say that this dish works excellent with a spirit burner. Let's see, let's thread this through, and the washer is on top, and mount down with no problems. I think that looks good. And I got a comment when I was out the last time that there was no leakage when I mounted the valve, and I'm not sure why. It was pretty old can, summer gas. It was a bit cold, so maybe there wasn't so high pressure. So let's see now if there is any leakage when I mount this, or if this was a fluke or a feature. Well, there was leakage here, so we call that a fluke. I have no magic trick to make that happen. And start with the pot. All the potatoes in. And as always with taters, a healthy dose of salt when you boil them. Kind of balances the sweetness from the taters. And normally I would just take just enough water to cover the taters. Now I'm going to have some more because the sausages are supposed to boil on top of the potatoes. And I'm also going to add the kale to the mix after a while. So pretty much water in. And wouldn't it have been a splendid idea to actually light the gas before I put down the taters? Yeah, it probably would. Let's amend this mistake. And I want a lid to make it boil a little faster. So I use fry pan this side up because I'm going to do the gravy in the fry pan. And I thought that just maybe this will get hot enough to at least get it started. So let's try that out. So kind of a tablespoon of butter. Let's start and let that melt. And while I wait for that, I'm gonna try out this IPA. It's migratory from a Swedish brewery, Two Fat Pigs, or Två Feta Grisar in Swedish. And it's locally produced. And I have tried some other beer before. Not this particular one. Yeah, just what the chef ordered. Well, maybe we'll get something going. Let's see, I won't use that coffee today. I will need the nutmeg. I will need my little grater. I won't use these condiments because I have this seeded mustard today. Supposed to be a must for this dish, according to recipe. And who am I to argue? There's butter, there's flour, come soon. And I will play the waiting game. And I can tell right now that these sausages won't fit in the pot. I'm not even sure that they will fit in the pan. No. Well, let's just cut them in the middle and have them ready for their swim. And for the gravy, I will need equal parts flour as I had butter, so I would say this is about a teaspoon, just by eyeing it. So, let's start making our beurre, I think it's called in kitchen French. Add flour and butter together in a semi-hot pan at least. Leave that sitting for a while. And now it starts to move around in earnest, so I guess that the potatoes will start boiling. Cheers, lads. This is definitely a boil. I think we can adjust the gas somewhat. Just keep a simmer. See no point in hard boiling them, so to speak. I'm not quite getting the consistency I like yet, so I will add just a tad more flour. Now we're talking. And we have a good boil. Don't suppose we are getting anywhere with the potatoes yet. A couple of more minutes before we dip down the sausages. Some few bubbles. So I will add the liquid fond. Thank you. Really hearty gravy. Some splash of water. Keep adding water and reducing until I get the desired consistency. I think the last drops of fond with a dark rich color. I think that's what I want. Yes, that looks marvelous. So I'll just put it to the side a moment, and I would hazard a guess that yes, it's starting to get there. So down with the sausages on top. You're supposed to do this way. Trust me, I read it on the internet. I think we reached the stage where it's time to pick up the sausages just for a while, and I will go back in. Just a quick up for air, and I will add some kale. I think I took maybe a bit too healthy dose, but it's supposed to be on the potatoes and beneath the sausages. I think that could be one more pinch, just because I can. And put down the sausages again and give it a few more minutes, and then we start to mash. Yes, I'll prepare the coffee. It's not the Trangia blend today, but I will still try to do it the same way. Just pull down a lid. Oh, just enough. Lucky me. That should mean that we are ready for some action. Put this out. The heat really low. And let the gravy simmer while we do the mash. Added some extra water to ahead because I think this will reduce down to a very good consistency now. Just a slow simmer. And once again, take out the sausages. Try to leave the kale in, because we're gonna mash the taters with the kale present. My trusty strainer. I'll go around the corner and take this water out. And the nutmeg first. I think that's enough. Some black pepper. Pinch more salt and a healthy knob of butter. And some milk powder, because in my world milk gives a richer mash. But that's me. You do you. I'll start mashing this up. I think that's mashed and ready. So now we just need the sauce to be ready. So for just a bit, I guess it's time to plate up. Try to put the sausages on the side first and a bit less maybe. You there, and I will say this is done. So turn off the heat, and I will take the spoon and we make a hole in the mash. Tastes good. And let's pour the gravy in the hole. Maybe I should have done a bit less. And then we place the sausage on top. And there you are. How am I supposed to get that out? I guess the peeler is the only thing I have that's small enough. Well, mashed potatoes with kale and sausages and a healthy dose of seeded mustard. Let's see if my autofocus can catch that. I hope so. Time to fix a thumbnail. Dinner is served. Pardon me for butchering this again. Boeren Stamppot mit Woorst. I'll put a sign. And of course that's the title of the video. So you get what it's really called, and not my feeble attempt of speaking Dutch. That's not the language I am well versed in. Well, now I'm excited to try this out. So, sausage, dip it in mustard, and some mash and gravy all at once. It smells good. I can easily see that if this is a comfort food in the Netherlands, I wouldn't hesitate to order this in a restaurant or a pub, or if someone said, I'll give you something good. Stamppot und Woorst. I'll get back to you when I'm done with this and starting with my coffee. There's my food done, and almost my beer. And it's time for coffee. If you saw my last video, you might remember that I had a humongous cup, also known as the pot from my T27, because I forgot my cookser. So I thought I would kind of compensate for that by bringing a much smaller cup today. It's a foldable cup. So as I mentioned in the last video, I'm planning a bit to experiment on doing kind of lightweight kit with what I have, and I thought this could be a part of it. But definitely save space. So I get, today it's 2 cups of coffee. Yeah. There's nothing like coffee outdoors. I say that I'm very pleased with today's cooking. When first I caught sight of it, was kind of suspect. I never really mashed potatoes with kale before. Curly kale, I think. it's called. I use them separate and I like them both, but mixed together, didn't see that coming really. But it surprised me. It's good, it brought some texture to the mash that I really liked. And I would have been very excited to find the Woorst so I could really experience it the way it's supposed to be. Now I had to settle for what I could find in the shop, and today it was chorizo. Not the bad sausage in any way, but it's not the kind that they serve. It's a smoked sausage, if I understand things right. And sadly the stores here in Sweden have a very low supply of Dutch food. So but I can see this being a good comfort food thing you can do in a big batch and maybe eat as pub grub or make it home when the weather is a little bit miserable. It's quick to do and it's easy to do, and the result is stunning. So if this is according to our internet really is a popular dish in the Netherlands, I can totally see why. So I'd recommend it to try this one. I know people in my neighborhood are sometimes a bit suspicious about kale. A bit like that. It matches very good here. And I think kale is a beautiful vegetable. One of the few things that looks fresher when you put it in the frying pan and add some heat. It was a real vibrant color. So if you haven't ate kale before, please give it a try. Find a good dish that uses it. Standalone maybe it's not that exciting, but mixed with the proper things. Well, this officially starts my playlist with 80 around the world in 80 recipes. Unofficially it kind of started long ago, because I've been doing dishes from around the world a long time ago, and I will add them to the playlist. But I would be really happy if you viewers could give me tips and advice on what kind of food from your country would you like me to try my hand on. Just think that it's supposed to be outdoors, so things that made in the oven or really need good timing with a lot of pots at the same time kind of defeats the purpose for me. But if you can imagine that, well, I can see that being done outdoor. Don't hesitate. Tell me the dish and I will Google to see if I can find a good recipe and what countries it originates from, and if you have a story around it, that's welcome too. So feed me with suggestions, and I have to feed myself with food, obviously. And the page with viewer posts, there have been a few up already, and it makes me real happy. You have posted pictures when you cook and your camps, and right now I'm a bit pissed at YouTube because I can't comment them. I can see them, I can change the post, I can delete pictures and add others and change the description, but I can't put a thumbs up and I can't make a comment. It's very strange, because the setting said anyone can comment, and obviously in this case it's anyone but me. So until I get this matter settled, I try to thank you in other comments, and hopefully I will get this problem settled, so I can give you my heartfelt comments on them, because I really appreciate the effort you've done to show me your cookouts and your camps. It is really good. So a collective thanks for now, and hopefully you get a personal comment on it on the proper place when YouTube rectifies my problems. Because I blame YouTube, it can't be my fault. No, no way. I must say the weather is quite nice. We had a few really good days now here in October. High skies, blue sun. It's chilly in the wind, I'll give you that. I mean, it's October, for Christ's sake. And the palette of colors in the forest right now it's absolutely beautiful. You cannot love it. You can't not love it. It's magnificent. And I know it's just for a short while, but I will appreciate it as long as it lasts now. And I hope I still have luck with the weather to do a couple of outdoor videos before the misery begins. Anyone from Gothenburg know exactly what I'm talking about. You others, you just have to take my word for it. That weather is not fun. It's not challenging like tornadoes or floodings and whatnot. It just, you feel miserable. Chills you to the bone and you are wet like a drenched cat. Pretty much non-stop for a while. But that too shall pass. I'm feeling that I'm starting to get ready now to give my 2 cents on the T27. I did the first try and I used it for quite a while, and now I used it with both spirit and gas burners. The Storm is still a new acquaintance for me. I was humming and hawing about should I bring it today. This dish really didn't call for a gas burner. It would have worked perfectly with spirit. But since, like I said, I'm still getting to know it, I opted for that one today. And I'm still pretty satisfied with it. But if my plans go in fruition, I think I will have a review of the kit with all the bells and whistles before the end of this year. I think I have to try out a couple of things more before I'm really done making a review. And if I don't get time, I mean, there's always next year. Most of you already have a pretty clear view on what it is kind of kit. Many of you use it already, and quite a few of you have seen it in action, so I have a pretty clear picture on what to expect. But as I said, I will want to feel ready when I do the review. Really, I used it. I touched on it before. I don't really see unboxing and my field test and whatnot as a real review. It's the first impressions, and then I'm not really ready to say if something doesn't work, if it's my fault or if it's the fault of the equipment, because all equipment has their small quirks that you have to get to know before you can really make a judgment. So there's that. Well, I guess it's time to take care of washing up. Isn't that the most fun part of every cookout? Wouldn't you agree? Well, it has to be done rather sooner than later, before the mash turns into concrete in the pot and the gravy is like glue. So guess no time like the present. Well, as usual, thanks for sticking by me. The comment section is, as I mentioned, open, and the viewer post is most appreciated, even if I can't personally comment on them for the very moment. And as usual, like the video, helps the channel a lot, and if you're not yet a subscriber, this will be a perfect opportunity to push that subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications when I'm out doing new shenanigans outdoors. But until next time, take good care. Cheers.